the vessel. It does show that I've got everything. I found the derelict Nomai vessel deep within dark bramble. The vessel's warp core is long dead. I activated a 3-sided pillar on the vessel's bridge that appears to be some sort of input device. Nomai tried to call for help, but the vessel's outgoing message systems broke during the crash. The vessel can still hear incoming messages from other Nomai vessels. The remaining Nomai clans are regrouping in response to the impending death of the universe. I found a recording of the original signal the Nomai encountered from the Eye of the Universe. The Nomai were worried the signal might disappear, so they warped before they could tell other clans where they were going. It was... where was that? That was over here. This right here. Yeah. When I first got this, I read it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a screenshot of this and open it up on my other screen. So that way, when I need it, I have it. Alright. So the only thing that's left on this radar seems to be just the Ash Twin project. Something I can briefly mention while I'm waiting for time to pass here is that the Game Awards happened last night, from my perspective, whenever you're seeing this on YouTube. And I didn't watch them, because I don't care. I was also at work, so I couldn't have watched it anyway, and I was just scrolling through Blue Sky to see the announcements when I got home. And to my surprise, I'm so happy I did my full 100% Let's Play of Okami HD earlier this year, which you should go watch after watching Outer Wilds, or even during Outer Wilds. Put both playthroughs up at the same time and listen to me twice. But it was confirmed that we're getting a new sequel to Okami, which I am so incredibly happy about, because Okami is amazing, and for a game that came out in 2006, we've waited this long for a sequel. Jeff Keighley did confirm, though, that it's in very early stages, and I don't even know if it's even started development yet. So, I'm expecting to see that game within the next 5 years, so when I'm 29 years old, or 30 years old, and if I'm still making Let's Plays and streaming at 30, which I hope I am, because this is the only thing I want to do in my life, is this. This is the best thing I could ever do. I would love to play that, and stream it, and do stuff. We're gonna hope that 15 minutes is enough time. Ooh, that's, rough. It's not quite Phil yet, but the sun is getting there. I don't know if it's just going to be called Okami Sequel. I feel like they just showed Okami Sequel just to announce that it's happening. We'll probably get an official subtitle, if there is a subtitle, and it's not just called Okami 2 later on. But there was the DS sequel to Okami, Okamiden, which I have played before on the Twitch channel here. So I don't even know, like, what's real and what's not. I've heard a lot of people actually don't like Okamiden that much, and that, like, Okamiden is now considered non-canon. But, like, there's a lot of stuff that's in Okami, story-wise, no spoilers, but there's, like, some characters, literally some characters say that they're gonna have a baby, and then that character shows up in Okamiden, like, as like, a child. Like, an adolescent child. And it, like, all ties together in that game's story. So, if they're just gonna retcon Okamiden from existence and just do a different sequel, that's also a possibility, I suppose. So, I'm excited that that's happening. I love Okami. And right now, Okami is on sale on Steam for like $8, and Okami is on sale on Switch for $5. You have no excuse you have no excuse to not play the game. Like, you should play the game. If you have not played Okami, it is a wonderful, wonderful game. And it was very cool playing it 100% completion for the first time this year. I've only ever played the game twice. I don't know if I ever noticed this before. No, don't suck me! Don't do that. I've only ever played the game through twice. But it was really cool to 100% complete it. Yeah, all this does is just send me up. So, like, why do I need to do that? I've been in this tower before. Like, if I'm trying to get to the center of this planet, it feels like once all the sun drain, or all the sand drains. Welcome back. Feels like once all the sand drains, I'm supposed to be able to find something on the surface of the planet to, like, get inside or something. Also, May, I gifted you Okami a while back. You should play Okami. There's a lot of things that I want you to play. But Okami is absolutely one of those things that you should play now that we're getting a new sequel in a couple of years. Just take your time. You've probably got like another 4 to 5 years until this game comes out. Well, the sun's gonna explode, but I didn't find anything down here, so that's good to know that I'm not finding anything down here. Actually, wait, I didn't go in here. This isn't anything either. Alright, so it's gotta be something related to the other tower. I forget which one it was. I think it was this one. It's the one with the roof busted up. Where it's somehow gonna teleport me, like, in somewhere. I don't know where. Because we know the information about how both these planets are so close together that that only one warp pad is needed, but there's 2 of them. So, like, this has to work at some point. I just don't know how. Alright, so we're gonna try something stupid. Which is not going to work. Because I've tried this on several other occasions. Throughout this playthrough. Which is, I haven't done it specifically standing right here. But the sand pillar circles around and comes right here. So we're just gonna stand right here and just let the sand pillar suck me up. We'll try and stay... Alright, never mind. Alright, I wanted to try and stay as close to the sand pillar, in the middle of the sand pillar, as possible. That doesn't do anything. Alright, what I was hoping it would do is the force from the sand pillar would be so great as it sucks me in that it would send me through the rest of the sand and into, like, the dead center of Ember Twin, and maybe there'd be something there. That's not how that works. Hey, how's it going, buddy? You like where I parked? Actually, I should talk to you again. I found a modern Nomai transmission saying that the universe is dying. You... what? I don't... what? You mean there are modern Nomai out in there in other parts of space, and they believe the universe, all of it, the whole thing, is dying currently, right now? If that's true, how could I have missed so many signs? The supernova... were there, but I've been studying the stars for... It doesn't matter. Oh, I'm very sorry, but I have to look over my charts. I hope you don't mind. God, I hope I am correct, because I would like to be correct about something related to this stupid fucking area for once in my life. Now let me explain why I'm here. Why I am here. Because at the time, it did not make sense that the sun station was not working, and then when I came here and did this, it was working. In my brain, those things were connected. It's not connected. Fuck. However, there is clearly a link between Ash Twin and Ember Twin. So it feels like doing something with this mechanism in here has to do something. Like, it feels so weird to have this be here, and then you don't do anything with it. Like, this is obviously powering something. So we're just going to turn that on. And we are going to hope that that is somehow, some way, remotely connected to the other teleporter on the 2 towers. There's a fun bug I can create here. I mean, I've also tried everything related to doing this, because I've put these things in here, and it only works when there is 1 white and 1 black in here, and that comes out. Like, it does exactly what I think it should do, and it makes total sense in my brain. Like, yeah, goes in the black hole, comes out the white hole, and because of the way it distorts space, it makes 2 of them happen at the same time. That's how I've always thought that would work. Try grabbing the black hole before the scout enters it. Alright, well I could do that too. Is that it? I don't feel like that one's intentional. What are you doing? Oh, well, there you go. Yeah. Ah! Nope, don't do that. Oh, cool. Cool noise. That's a cool noise. I don't like whatever that is. Now you made me reset this. You want to know what you just did? You just made me go back in there. Now I have to fly all the way back and turn that thing back on to prove my theory wrong. Look what you fucking made me do. Now we have to waste another 10 minutes. So here's what could prove me wrong right now. Because I could have sworn I tried this already. Yeah. So what the fuck is the point? What is the point of this? What does this do? Like, it works regardless of whether power is directed to it or not. So I'm convinced this redirects power somewhere else, which is why I thought about the sun station thing originally. But if we know that one of the teleporters on the dual twin teleporter tower thing on Ember Twin isn't working properly, I would like to send power toward it, so I'm redirecting the power there. New plan. You stand right here, underneath it, and I hold the jetpack down. Alright, nope. My plan was that I just hold down on the jetpack, so the jetpack sends me down at all times to counteract the force of this thing sucking me up, which would let me stand on the pad in there. That is not what happens. So I am out of ideas for that, because no matter what, it's gonna send me up through here. And I can't stand on this thing. It lines up perfectly. The other thing is that this is only a teleporter you'd be able to do at the end of a run because all of the sand would be drained, which means the pillar of sand wouldn't be there anymore, because it wouldn't make sense for a pillar of sand to be there when there's no sand, so the sand wouldn't get me and it would only activate at the end of a run, but I also don't believe that. Chat, it's fucking foolproof. I literally just said I can't put a giant metal sheet above it to have it not suck me in. But now I do. I do have a giant metal sheet that can prevent me from being sucked in. I have a giant metal sheet that is going to prevent me from being sucked in. It's totally gonna work. Trust me, it's fine. No. 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 It would have been so cool, though. You can't deny that it would have been sick as fuck. I mean, what do you fucking do? I had to thrust into the cactus for support. Man, why do they have to, like, not put glass on that thing? Why didn't they put glass here? Hello! There should be a waving emote only so that you can wave to yourself in the camera. Not broken. It's not broken! Fuck you! It's not broken! Five minutes until end of cycle transmission. Mast receiving data from probe tracking module, Giant Steep memory statue, Timber Hearth memory statue. 17 minutes and 58 seconds ago. Received data from previous cycles. I don't even know how I did that, by the way. How did I do that? I genuinely don't know how I got here. Today we finished the excavation of Ash Twin here in the space between the space we carved. We'll craft our most ambitious project yet, the Ash Twin project, powerful enough to send information back in time. We've also finished relocating all subterranean plants we met while digging. We'll need to keep our eyes on how significantly we altered the environment here. How far we've come since our experiments at the High Energy Lab. I still hardly believe Arami's hypothesis was true. Poke just sent the warp core for the final tower to us from the Black Hole Forge. The Ash Twin can be connected with Giant Steep, where Cassava is working with Avens to craft the orbital probe cannon, and where Phlox is sculpting the memory statues. Hypothesis: it was not by accident the core of our warp tower was the last to be forged. Hypothesis: the cores could have been forged faster if Cassava had interrupted my work less frequently to ask for updates. The important point is we are all connected through Ash Twin now, and also that I'm no longer needed for meditating your disagreements. Our friends on Giant's Deep tested the orbital probe cannon today. Mallow tells me the cannon is doing well, and that Avon's advocated for more launch power. If anyone can coax the maximum power from a device, Avon's can. But then, if anyone can goad, that's a very close A to O ratio, can goad a device into exploding, that, too, is likely Avon's. Perhaps I should check in with the orbital probe cannon crew in the interest of safety. Would it help to remind Avons that Mallow, his love, will be one of the Nomai aboard the cannon, or is Mallow part of the problem? Phlox and Daz finished the memory statues today, and they are truly remarkable. When the Ash Twin project succeeds, or in the event it fails, the memory statues will activate, allowing us to gather more data before we shut down the project. Honestly, this triumphant music is quite distracting. Pi and Idea have worked hard on the Sun Station, and it is at last complete. If everything goes as planned, this structure will prompt the Sun's explosion, which will in turn supply the power to the Ash Twin project requires. I'm impressed by their mental fortitude. This was the project's most difficult task in more ways than one. We're nearly ready to activate the Ash Twin project. Here's what will happen. First, the Sun Station will receive the order to fire at the Sun, prompting it to explode. Using the energy from the resulting supernova, the Ash Twin project will send the order to the orbital probe cannon to fire back in time by 22 minutes. Exactly 22 minutes after these orders are received, the Sun Station will again gain a trigger. The supernova, or again gain the trigger to trigger the supernova to send the probe data from this cannon launch back in time. In total, each cycle created by the Ash Twin project will last precisely 22 minutes. We can end the cycle at will. These words are difficult to write. The Sun Station did not work. However, this is the closest we have ever been. The Ash Twin project is theoretically sound. We're only able to power it. Perhaps there is another way. I suppose we redesigned the Sun Station to generate power of that magnitude. A supernova is still our only viable option. I believe we can still find a way to create a supernova, my friend. Don't lose hope. This is easier expressed than accomplished. You can wait for the sun to explode on its natural timeline if you prefer, idea, but you'll need to find some way to halt our aging process. We are halting our research into creating a supernova for this moment. A comet has newly arrived in the solar system, and we're anxious to explore it. Don't go there, it sucks. It's been a very long time since we last explored somewhere new, so we're excited to welcome this comet. Imagine what knowledge we might gain there. You have the knowledge of ghosts. Oh. Alright, wait, no. Put the gravity back. Put the gravity back. Put the gravity back! Well. Maybe don't put the gravity back. Take it out. Take it out. Remove it. Shut her down. Oh, there's text here. There goes my ship. No. I'm confused as to why I'm still alive. Can I just, like, put you down? Oh, there it goes. That's what I thought I was hearing in the first place. Can I put it back? No! Put it back! Put it back! There it goes. I don't know why it took so long. Okay, so doing that didn't do what I thought it did. You are dead. Why'd it just fucking bring up the, like, Skyrim, you died? Apparently not entirely. Load previous save is a new option. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was gonna do. I mean, yeah, I suppose. What I was thinking after I read all that text was, the thing gets the signal to make the supernova happen because of the Ash Twin project. So if I turn it off, it stops the Ash Twin project, which stops the signal from going through, which stops the time loop, which would stop the supernova. But that didn't happen, and I have no idea why that did not work. Yeah, but they said they were gonna do it again. I had no idea that the supernova in the game was natural. I was under the assumption that it was the other thing the whole time. I'm incredibly confused as to why it took me like another 5 minutes to explode, because I thought I fucked up once I turned it off and I started hearing the sun explode, and then it took 5 whole minutes to reach me. And I don't know why. Well, I found it. Hollowed-out chamber inside Ash Twin, the energy cables from the surface are plugged into the protective casing at the center of the planet. There are 8 monoliths with no masks attached. 3 of the masks are actively receiving data from the probe tracking module, Giant's Deep and Timber Hearth. The Ash Twin project was designed to use the energy from the supernova triggered by the Sun Station to send probe data from the orbital probe cannon 22 minutes into the past. Sun Station did not work, although the Ash Twin project was theoretically sound. Enoma were unable to power it. Then how is the... If the supernova is natural, that much time must have passed. But that doesn't feel right to me, that much time has passed in the game's world to make that happen, and only specifically 22 minutes then a natural one occurs. It's still 22 minutes. The cycle is still 22 minutes, which means it's still part of the thing, but it's not, and I don't understand. I mean... Alright. Then I don't know how I fucked that up the first time I ever tried doing it. Because that's actually really easy to do. I have a bunch of these things here. My gratitude for the latest shipment is ore. Okay, no, this is definitely... All these things are the same. That's when they're looking for the ore. Installed the masks. Core. I've been talking about the forge. Okay, that didn't update the log at all, so that's not what I needed. So... I don't know what to do in here. I read all this the first time. I guess I was too focused on this to read that. So... Removing the core will disable the Ash Twin project. You are about to access the core while the Ash Twin project is active. Yeah, I found that out. So, like, I don't understand what to do. Because everything I was thinking of in the moment was the project is activated by this, and if I take this thing out, it'll stop the time loop. We had seen this on the vessel ship. That's not... I don't believe this is the right thing to do. This does not sound like the right thing to do. I can't possibly take this. If taking this is going to cause the sun to explode immediately. Like, there's not enough time. All right. I already waited so much time, so I probably have no time to get there. You know what? No, I just don't. I just don't have time to get there. So, I understand now. Oh yeah, duh. I understand now what needs to be done.